So support groups are always good. Having a supportive network is always good for many reasons. And it's just a very logical thing to have. So I'm not social. I don't like being social most of the time. I don't like having to get to know people and people get to know me unless there's actually like a genuine want to get to know each other. So, and I'm just weird that way. All of my friends live very, very far away in separate directions. So we don't see each other very often and we talk even less, which isn't really good. But so my support network through all of this Medtronic stuff and the learning curves and the process and all that stuff and just dealing with it every day, mostly is Corey. He's been an absolute knight in shining armor through all of this. But otherwise, the majority of it is the people that I work with. I spend most of my time at work, and I work with a very eclectic group of people. Not many of them are diabetic. I'm the only type 1 at work. The few that are diabetic at work are type 2, and they're older. I think the youngest one, I think she's late 30s. So they know how type 2 works. Type 1 is very different, blah, blah, blah. So, but that being said, I love my coworkers for the most part. I love them. We're a dysfunctional family is how we describe ourselves. But I am one of the few natural born Americans that I work with. So trying to understand and explain what my disease actually is very different when you go from one person to another. Just because I work with people from, I had to write this down because there's a long list. Nepal, Bhutan, Guinea, Ghana, Liberia, Cameroon, Canada, Bosnia, Colombia, Somalia, Kenya, Egypt, Ethiopia, Germany, Philippines, Mexico, and Israel. There's a lot of different cultures, a lot of different accents, and a lot of different food and just a lot of differences. So when this all first started happening, I was mentally very fragile because it's a lot to process and it's a lot to learn and a lot to remember. And we use pagers at work, like old school pagers from the 90s, because that's awesome. So, and when your pump is clipped in your pocket, it looks like a pager. So those first couple of weeks trying to walk out of work and then someone like tries to tackle you because you're taking your pager home and it has to stay at work. And then you have to go through the whole rigmarole of explaining that. And, well, you're too young. You can't have diabetes. You're healthy. So, but, and I kind of gave up trying to explain what it is. I mean, there was a few of them that had a faint grasping of like what highs and lows were. And they just figured, well, you just need sugar. That's how you fix it. So, and there's always changes at work. So our policies and procedures changed. So we started working in pairs again, and my partner that I have now is German. I did not realize how observant she was. I didn't give her enough credit for that, but so every now and then, like if it gets really busy and we're going as fast as we can, and then pretty soon you hear, she'll come out of nowhere and go, I think you need to have some sugar. I hear those beeps coming out of your shirt. You need some sugar. But it's nice because sometimes I hear it and I just start clicking to make it shut up and I can just keep on going with what I'm doing. And then there's been other nights where I just break down because I'm so frustrated and I just have a hard time coping with everything and I just start ranting about things. And my coworkers have learned a lot about it. So, and it's nice that they actually understand kind of what I'm talking about, like the price points on things and insurance things. And when we had to deal with TSA, they all understood that completely. And it's just so relaxing now when I come into the break room and sit down and I have my very full salad, which I'm getting very good at building salads. They don't tease me about being on a diet or trying to lose weight or things like that. Or if I show up with my garlic hamburgers with no bun, again, there's no teasing about, whew, that's garlic. There's no teasing about, you know, diets and what you eat and things like that. And some of them, I work with a couple of my Liberian coworkers a lot, and they've actually gone out and like done Google searches and tried to find out more themselves in their own language so they understand it better. And then they'll just show up for the next huddle and they're like, so tell me about these highs and lows. Do you feel it like Helen feels it? What are you talking about? The highs and lows. You talk about them all the time. I understand what you're going through now. It's cute. And it's nice too when they cook. A lot of the Nepalis that I work with love like a full buffet style setup. So if there's a bunch of them working like on a weekend shift, they'll just start pouring all kinds of stuff into a bowl and mixing it, and it's great. But now that they understand it more, they'll actually tell me like what the ingredients are, and they'll just take pictures and go, here's your nutrition. And it's sweet. I appreciate that so much. And it's hard to explain that to them because I don't think they understand how big of an issue it is, because I didn't understand how much having a network helped. I should still look to find like a small group of just strictly type 1s, but I don't have a whole lot of free time. So, but this is my support network. For the most part, is just at work with a bunch of different crazy people that all come together at work, and we all get along, and we're a family at work. And they've been helping to get to understand what diabetes is, and I didn't have to do a lot of the heavy lifting on that. So that was very, very surprising and very heartwarming. Yeah, that's all I've got. I'll see you next time.